Hello there, Mia Granny here in the KHOU 11 News studio. Following our breaking news this evening, a shooting at Katy Mills Mall in the midst of the holiday shopping rush. But authorities are saying this does not appear to have been an active shooter situation. Thank goodness. They have, however, evacuated the mall. Victor Jacobo joins us live now. Victor, on the ground, what are sheriff's deputies, police, the response they're telling you this evening?
Yeah, that's right. We were kind of learning more details as the evening has progressed here. We're just right outside of Katy Mills Mall here, the Bass Pro Shop, not too far away from here. Further east from where we are is where Typhoon, Texas is, so that gives you an idea kind of where we are. But right here, you obviously see a lot of Constable Precinct 5 vehicles here, a lot of different law enforcement and authorities having gathered here in front of this entrance. And we were actually right the second before you came to me. I was actually speaking with a woman with her children who says she was inside the moment as it all gone down. She says she had heard what she believes was a pop, and suddenly what she described as a stampede of people coming out. We have since gotten some information from Sheriff Ed Gonzalez, who says that authorities responded to what appears to be a shooting that happened inside of the building. It appears to have been the sheriff says is an isolated incident of one person shooting another. Appearing so far, what they understand is that they may have fled the scene, but again, having caused a bit of chaos inside as people were leaving. Things now have appeared to calm down as we have seen folks slowly move out of the building with shopping bags and gathering themselves to head towards the parking lot and into their vehicles. But as we were approaching here on I-10 West, the usual congestion, but of course, we're hours away from Christmas Eve, folks gathering in here and a lot of congestion getting into the mall area. And what really, we've seen a lot of deputies and constables been gathering in this area, really directing traffic as there's been just, they're trying to get folks away from this area. Obviously, a lot of cars already parked, a lot of folks already inside trying to get to their places. But again, a bit of a chaotic scene. The woman we just spoke with saying that when she had heard what was going on and seeing the people kind of rush, that she actually unfortunately had to leave her items that she was doing her Christmas shopping on the table where she was checking out, trying to make her purchases, and had to leave in order to keep her kids safe. So that is really what we've gathered. But as this response has happened, this is a mall that has more than 170 stores, giving you an idea of just the size of once authorities respond to it, trying to really assess that situation and trying to make that proper response. But Sheriff Ed Gonzalez putting out some information. We're gathering some more of that. A uniformed official told me as we arrived here that they'll be having a briefing of some sort, or being able to share some more information. But that's going to be happening further east. We have crews over there as well monitoring that situation as well. So that's kind of giving you a brief idea of what's happened so far as we arrived here, Mia.
Yeah, so we know that we have heard from Harris County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez, so we know there's been a response from the Harris County Sheriff's Office. We've also seen the area constable deputies there as well. Can imagine KDPD responded. Victor, very familiar with the mall, having been a native Houstonian, having lived out in Katy at one time myself. I do know a couple years back they remodeled the mall. This included a police substation because they were dealing with petty crime back then, car break-ins, that type of thing, shoplifting. And now we have this tonight. For folks who are just joining us, we're talking about a shooting that happened inside Katy Mills, according to Harris County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez. And we know just how frightening that must be at this time of year, Victor. Speak to me just about how many cars are in the parking lot. That gives us a good idea what the mall is like inside, too.
Yeah, absolutely. I kind of want to, again, this is kind of the center area where a lot of the police activity has been. And so as we arrived, a lot of the constables and deputies and different authorities have really directed traffic away from this area. What you see straight ahead, that building that's jutting out into the parking lot, that is the Bass Pro Shops. And that's where a lot of this activity has come in. But you can see out into, as you go further out there, it's a little sparse here in front as they've tried to get folks away from this area. But as you look further out into kind of really the sea of cars out there, that kind of gives you an idea that this is really a busy time for this mall, really malls everywhere in our area. And really, as I mentioned, as we were approaching the Katy Mills entrances, there's a couple of ways to get in here once you get off of I-10. There's really long lines, typical red lights of brakes of folks bumper to bumper trying to get in. And so that gives you an idea of just how much activity is really happening as folks come in, making the last minute purchases for Christmas and the holidays coming up here. But as we know from Sheriff Ed Gonzalez, what he has mentioned is that KDPD is going to be the agency that's going to be leading the investigation for this right now. And what Harris County Sheriff's Office deputies are going to be doing, their primary objective right now is going to be traffic control. That is what Sheriff Ed Gonzalez had mentioned online when he had posted on his social media, giving them assistance with really trying to, again, direct traffic, make sure that as investigators continue looking into what happened, they kind of have the space and really environment to do that. But again, the size of this mall, the size of this property really makes it a challenge in order for investigators to clear it out and make sure they have the space to do that, and really trying to, again, get the traffic away from this area, try to clear it out. As you can see, constables and different officials have kind of marked this area as kind of their main center point of activity. And so, like you said, a lot of folks making their last-minute purchases. That woman we had spoken to just before we had come on online here, telling us that she had what she described as a stampede of folks coming out, describing that chaos coming out. And so what we've seen slowly but surely in this particular area is a slow trickle now over the last few minutes of people with shopping bags coming out and trying to return to their vehicles. And right now, this particular area of the parking lot is a little sparse, but if you look, as we were approaching, coming in further off of I-10 West and coming into Katy Mills, the other areas, kind of your typical holiday shopping rush with a lot of traffic and a lot of cars parked here, giving you that sense that, it's a scary moment for a lot of folks coming in here.
Definitely. And, Victor, we talk about it being busy today because we're 2 days out from Christmas. However, this is a very busy shopping destination, very popular shopping destination for Houstonians, for residents of Cypress, of residents of Katy, Richmond, Sugar Land. A lot of people make the drive out to Katy Mills Mall, and then you have the immediate community there in Katy as well. Speaking to the congestion with the traffic and everything, you have neighborhoods just south of the mall, just north of the mall, north of I-10 and everything. I will tell you, we were relieved here at the station to find out that this was not an active shooter situation. I can imagine the people inside the mall were even more relieved. The woman that you spoke with who was there shopping, did she express that to you as well?
Absolutely. She says she kind of really made that quick, instant reaction as she was at the counter at the cash register making her purchases with her children, and really just dropped everything. Didn't even bother gathering the things. They just went out and left as soon as they could. And again, she stopped us as she was exiting, leaving the parking lot in her vehicle with her children, and saying she's just grateful. She really is, lamenting the fact that she had to leave some of those items behind, but ultimately knew that that was the right decision to first and foremost look out for the safety of her children and herself, and get out of that situation quickly.
Yeah. Victor, hang with me for a second here because, we're coming to folks live on streaming. And so I'm looking at some of the comments. Jessica Lopez says, I was so scared crying, but I found my husband. So speaking to just how scary these moments were inside the mall. Another person had said that, I'm thinking of everyone as well. Just a lot of concern, right? Because people know just how busy a shopping mall is at this time of year. And we also know that sadly, no matter what day it is on the calendar, it doesn't mean anything for people who commit these types of crimes as well. Thank goodness this seems like a more isolated incident. We know that one person was shot. We know that we have a shooter. Both are believed to have fled the scene there as well. But we do know that this could have been much more significant. And for that, I think a lot of people are thankful tonight, especially those people who were there shopping at the mall.
Yeah, absolutely. And, it's not, as you mentioned, not just folks doing shopping, but a lot of different activities for families and things to do in these areas. And again, it's not the concern solely for that immediate action and incident, but also that subsequent danger. As the woman described, as she said, it was a stampede. When there's a lot of confusion, a lot of chaos, and a lot of frightened people, that it's in itself can cause a dangerous situation in and of itself, where folks are rushing and running in different directions, and you have little kids who may not be able to have the mobility that adults do in order to safely get into an environment that's away from danger.
You have a lot of family attractions.
And that was something she described as well.
Yeah. You have a lot of family attractions there. You have Dig World that's there. I mean, just all of the different popular retailers inside the mall that draw customers of all ages. I know Ross Prater is sharing, my daughter was at work there and said that there was a huge rush of people evacuating the food court. Businesses shut emergency doors and exited customers and employees out the emergency exit. So it seems like everyone went into an emergency response mode when this happened, at least what we're hearing from some of the people sharing their loved ones' accounts here with us on Facebook tonight. These are where the comments are coming from, in addition to the lady who you spoke with on the scene there as well too. But right now it remains relatively quiet. I'm assuming that deputies are gathering more information. I know that we are going to hear and be live for a press briefing coming up. And I understand, Victor, you said that Katy police are going to carry that, correct?
Yeah, so our understanding is from, again, from Sheriff Ed Gonzalez, from what he has posted on his own account, is that the primary focus right now for Harris County Sheriff's Office will be assisting KDPD in things like directing traffic and making sure that this environment is clear for that investigation. But from what Sheriff Gonzalez has shared, it's going to be KBPD, which will be the lead agency, and that any further updates, anything we hear later tonight is going to come from them. And so, as I mentioned earlier, a uniformed officer had informed me that that is going to be happening a little away from here, where they hope to share some more information of what they've gathered. Again, a lot of support from different agencies that have gathered here, not just KDPD, but we've seen Precinct 5 constables, Harris County Sheriff's Office, all assisting KDPD in this investigation, what they can do in order to make sure that they have the space and environment in order to move that forward. And we're hoping to learn more information from KDPD hopefully soon.
All right, Victor Jacobo there live on the grounds of Katy Mills Mall for us tonight, bringing us an idea and a sense of what it's like out there and, of course, what customers experienced during this incident, this shooting that happened inside Katy Mills Mall this evening. Victor, thank you so much. I'm sure we'll be checking in with you throughout the evening. Again, the Katy Police Department will be holding a press briefing at some point tonight. We'll be sure to carry that live for you right here on KHOU 11+. We'll stay on top of this breaking news and bring you the very latest updates on air and, of course, on the KHOU 11 mobile app. We'll see you then.